This is the worked example for writing method headers. The subgoal labels for writing methods include: first, define the method header based on the problem. That's what these examples will be going over. When you pick your method name, make it something related to the use of the method. Recall that method names are generally never capitalized for the first letter. The method header contains the access modifier, the return type, the method name, and the full parameter list. That means for every parameter, you have both a data type and a parameter name. Let's look at an example. Write a public method header that accepts as parameters 2 integers and a string in this order and calculates the maximum time of something and returns a double value. Let's break this down into the individual pieces. We first want to pick a method name and make it something related to the use of the method, and we do not capitalize it. We will call this method maxTime since it's returning the maximum time of something. Let's look at the description again. Recall that the method header requires an access modifier, a return type, the method name, and the parameter list. Are there any clues in the problem description that will help us? It says to write a public method header, so I've highlighted the access modifier in yellow. We also need to know the return type. The problem statement says that this method should return a double value. That's highlighted in purple. Then we need the full parameter list. The problem statement says that this method accepts as parameters 2 integers and a string in that order. Those are highlighted in light blue. So you can see that the full method header would be public, which is the access modifier, double, which is the return type, maxTime, which is the method name, and then the parameter list, which is int A, int B, string C. Recall that we could have named these things anything, not just A, B, and C. If we want to see what it looks like when we actually call this method, we would say double X, because the method is returning a double value and we need to capture that in another variable, is assigned the value of object.maxTime. Remember that since this is Java and it's an object-oriented programming language, all methods, unless they are in the class, have to be invoked from an object. Here we've just substituted obj for the object reference. So obj.maxTime, and then the parameters, 5, which would be the first integer that would map to A, 3, which is the second integer that maps to B, and happy, a string that would map to C. That's the end of this worked example.